بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيت الأطهار الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. قال الله الحكيم في محكم كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، إنا أنزلناه في ليلة القدر وما أدراك ما ليلة القدر، ليلة القدر خير من 1000 شهر، تنزل الملائكة والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام، سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. وعليكم السلام. وخفض الجناح وحسن السيرة. Oh Allah, bless me in lowering the wing and having good character or conduct. Throughout these past 5 nights that we have discussed beautiful segments of Dua Makarimul Akhlaq by our 4th Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam, we can come up with an analysis that is very, very suitable to what we have studied, taught, learned, and researched. We can see that all of these discussion feeds a very vital necessity that every social theorist is trying to accomplish with his theory. When we read within the theorist theory about this vital, we see that they have tried many theory to prove this necessity and to accomplish a goal. But unfortunately, none of them were successful. That necessity is social justice. Everywhere we go, and this day and age, everybody's talking about social justice and social justice. How can we achieve social justice? And everybody comes up with their own theory, either the theories from decades and centuries ago, or new theories that the sociologists are trying to come up with to prove that social justice is doable with our own hand and with our own intellect. When we read, and we have been discussing this beautiful dua for past 5-6 nights, we see these segments that we have studied all feed into this theory. How to have better society. We started the first night, if you remember, spreading justice. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us spread justice by the teachings of Imam. Second, quenching the flame of hate. That was the second night. Third, bringing people who are separated together as far as the community is concerned. Correcting discord. Divulging good deeds. Concealing bad deeds. Being amiable and amicable. And lowering the wing and being humble. If we have this idea of social justice, we see how each one of these plays a vital role for us to accomplish and to have better society. If I as an individual stop coming from now on, something happens to me and I cannot come anymore, and I don't have access to YouTube to see these videos later on, and I don't understand Arabic, only these 5-6 segments that we have studied so far and we have read and discussed amongst ourselves can help us and can help me to become better individual, to have better family, to have better community, and to have better society. And I remember we said one important thing last year. We remind ourselves, all of these segments and the segments coming in coming nights, we have to think it about ourselves. Am I that kind of individual or not? Do I have that kind of personality to divulge good deeds of other people or not? Am I amicable or not? Do I have good conduct or not? unfortunately, one thing that shaitan does, amongst many things that he do, it's when we talk about good things, we think of ourselves. MashaAllah, I do have this characteristic. Alhamdulillah, good. And as soon as we talk about negative attributes, we think of other people. Oh yeah, I know someone. I know the person sitting next to me in our community, he has, or my wife has it, or my husband has it, or a friend of mine has it, or my brother or sister. We have to switch from this side to this side. As soon as we talk about good deeds, good behavior, good conduct, yeah, I know a brother of mine has this kind of behavior. And as soon as we talk about bad behaviors, I have this, I have to be careful. I have to start working on this specific bad deeds and I have to correct it. So all of these should help us, for us to become better individual. And then for me, when I apply it, not go and teach it verbally to my family. Rather, my family should see it within my, say it, action. If I want my wife to always focus on my good deeds, well, I have to show her that I only focus on her good deeds and vice versa. If I want my kids to talk to me gentle and smooth and for them to lower their wing in front of me as a parent, well, I have to show it in my action to them. And so on and so forth, all of these segments that we have discussed so far. I have not forgotten the promise that I told you about 2 stories or 3 stories from the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam about how they were humble. We were not able to get into them last night. Let's look at 2-3 incidents, 2-3 stories of the life of Ahlul Bayt, and their life is filled with stories about to show how humble they were. Probably some of them we have heard of these stories and some of them not. Reminder is always good because Allah tells Rasulullah, فَذَكَّرْ, remind them. And نَفَعَتِ الذِّكْرَ. One story. Our first Imam, and alhamdulillah, until now, we have been blessed. Every night we have a story or hadith from our first Imam, Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salam. Which is, this month is the month of Ali ibn Abi Talib. And it's beautifully, it's coming every night that we have a hadith from this blessed Imam, or a story. Imam receives a guest, a father and a son. They come to his house as a guest. He receives them. He prepares food and meal and they eat. Qambar comes, his servant comes, he brings a pot and a pitcher. Back in the day, this is the way that they used to wash their hands. Somebody will pour water and then you wash your hands. Imam, it's Imam. Khalifatullah. We can talk about his fada'il, years and decades and centuries, it won't finish. He jumps and he takes the pot and the pitcher from the hand of Qambar. I will wash the hand of my guest. They are dayf. They are guests. The father became really, really frustrated. Like, Imam is doing this. He's like, no, I'm not going to do it. Imam swore to him that you should, by my right upon you, you should wash it. He tried to wash it quickly. He said, no, wash it the way that if Qambar was pouring it for you. Take your time. Imam pours. Will I do such thing? That when a guest comes to my house, I, as the father of the house, starting with this side, will I do? Or I make sure my kids only and my daughter or my wife serves, and I should not touch anything because I'm the father of the house. Imam does it, and look at the beautiful trend and beautiful legacies leaving us behind. When it comes to the son, he calls his son Muhammad al-Hanafi. He tells him, son, it is against morality for me to wash the hand of the father and at the same time to wash the hand of the son. If the son was here by himself, I would have washed his hand. But to show that there is some kind of separation, some kind of status different between the father and son, I'll wash the hand of the father and you come and you take it and wash the hand of the son. Him doing it and teaching his son also what you have to do for your guest. How much of these stories we have within the life of the Imams? Rasulullah, the same thing. That when people would get in there, he would, if they don't have a good place, he would give them their abaya, his abaya, he puts it on the ground, you sit on the abaya. He didn't have a specific place for him. Rasulullah didn't have a specific. When people would have walked in here, if they didn't know who was Rasulullah, they wouldn't be able to identify him. Typically, when a person gets status, he has a place that he sits. Within the circle, he would sit everywhere within the circle. It doesn't have like specific place for him to sit. Or he would give them the pillow that was behind him, that, okay, how about you sit? Rasulullah, ashraful makhluqat. And I'll finish with one beautiful hadith, which is about being humble from the teaching of the person who is teaching us how to be humble, and that is Imam Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. This salawat, I don't think it got to the door either. Let's have another loud salawat. For hastening the reappearance of our Imam, let's have the third salawat louder. This hadith is mentioned in Kitab Uyun Akhbar al-Rida. That narrator narrates, حدثنا جعفر بن محمد الصادق عليه السلام. Imam al-Sadiq عليه السلام is narrating this story. قال كان علي بن الحسين. Imam Zain al-Abidin. So Imam al-Sadiq is talking about his grandfather. كان علي بن الحسين لا يسافر إلا مع رفقة لا يعرفونه. عليكم السلام. He would only travel with people that they don't know him as of Imam Zain al-Abidin. He wouldn't travel with people that they knew him as of Imam. ويشترط عليهم أن يكون من خدم الرفقة. So he goes, people they want to travel to Mecca or they want to travel anywhere, he makes sure he goes with a group of people that they don't know him, number one. And he puts condition for them that I become your khadim, I become a servant to you. Imam Zain al-Abidin. فيما يحتاجون إليه فسافر مرة. And he would tell them that I want to become your servant, I want to aid you, I want to assist and help you in whatever is your need. When they accept this condition, he would go with them. فسافر مرة. One time he went with a group. مع قوم فرآه رجل فعرفه. When they were going as a group, an individual outside saw Imam Zain al-Abidin with this group of people, and he recognized that this is Imam. Imam wouldn't show anything by his clothes that he is Imam. Imam would serve. فقال لهم أتدرون من هذا? He came to this group of people. He told them, do you guys know who this guy is? قالوا لا. They said, no, we don't know him. قال هذا علي بن الحسين. He told them, this is Ali ibn al-Husayn, Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam. They rushed to him. فَقَبَّلُوا يَدَهُ وَرِجْلَهُ. They got onto his feet, they start kissing his feet, they start kissing his hand. And they told him, oh Imam, why did you do this to us? If we would have been harsh to you, if we would have disrespected you, Allah's wrath and anger would have been upon us. Ya ibn Rasulullah, أردت أن تصلينا نار جهنم. You wanted us to get into hellfire. لو بدرت منا إليك يد أو لسان. If we did something with you physically or verbally, we said something to you and we disrespected you. Look at how Imam approaches this. You read this and you come and analyze the followers of Ahlul Bayt and their lifestyle. We see Imam is going right. The community is going 180 degrees different. On the opposite side, and with speed, they're getting away from the teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Imam saying why I did what I did. فقال إني كنت قد سافرت مرة مع قوم يعرفونني. Allahu Akbar. Imam said one time I went with a group of people that they knew me. فأعطوني برسول الله ما لا أستحق. Allahu Akbar to the statement. We have within Hindu and Urdu Pakistani Paki community, we have something which probably all of you guys are aware of it. A Sayyid, an Alawiyya cannot marry a non-Sayyid. Isn't it? That if a girl is the daughter of Rasulullah, it's Alawiyya. Brothers from Pakistan and from India, I don't know which one is more focusing on it, that if a boy comes and asks the hand of my daughter and I am Sayyid and my daughter is Alawiyya, since he is not Sayyid, I will not give him my daughter. And that has become part of their religion. A sister calls me and she said that a brother has come and asked my hand. He is good, has good deen and akhlaq. But my father is rejecting because he's not Sayyid and we are Sayyid. I don't know what to do. In that community that I gave lecture, I tried to talk. The father says, no, it's me, no. We are Sayyid and he is non-Sayyid. Look at the life of Imam Zain al-Abidin. Imam says, I traveled with a group of people that they knew me. They treated me because of Rasulullah in a way that I don't deserve to be treated because of Rasulullah this way. They respected me very highly because of Rasulullah, and I am not worthy of that respect. Who's saying it? Imam Zain al-Abidin saying it. Zain al-Abidin, the beauty of those people who worship. That his existence, the whole universe, it depends on his existence during his time. فَأَعْطُونِي بِرَسُولِ اللَّهِ مَا لَا أَسْتَحِقْ. I'm not worthy of it. There is the way that they respected me because of Rasulullah, which he worth, and even beyond that he worth it. But he means it. And he's letting us to know, even if you are Sayyid, so? I become Sheikh, so? I become Alim, so people have treated me differently. Who said so? Why when I start getting a little bit of knowledge? Why when I get a little bit old, I expect people to respect me because of my status, my age, my knowledge, my position? Doesn't mean that we should not respect one another. No, I should not have that expectation from people. This is the way I should be treated. And if I'm not, I will be upset. I will take position. I become upset. I disassociate myself from that community, from that individual, from that family, because I did not gain the respect. A brother comes to me and tells me we were talking and he didn't respect me. What? Where do we find within the teachers of Arabic that they say you have to acquire respect? That you have to have expectation for people to respect you? No. Respect people and move on. Even though if they don't respect you, you still have to be respectful. Imam tells his companions, be good and do good. Because either the person is worthy of your goodness, if not, you are worthy of being good because of yourself. This person doesn't worth my respect. And I disrespect him, not knowing that with that disrespect, I'm disrespecting myself. ما لا أستحق به فإني أخاف أن تعطوني مثل ذلك فصار كتمان أمري أحب إلي. And I was afraid that you guys will respect me the way that they respected me because of Rasulullah. I didn't want this thing to happen, so I thought myself to go with a group of people that they don't know me, and I keep it as a secret. Where do we see this humbleness within our communities? And again and again and again, everything that we say, we should start where at? Home. Husband to wife, wife to husband, parents to kids, kids to parents, community member to one another, and all. That becomes that utopia that we're all looking for. Imam al-Zaman is not going to come and show us all of these small teachings. Let's have salawat by his name. He's not going to come and teach us A, B, C, D of the religion that we're supposed to know of him, and we're supposed to already practice them. Why he is not here? Because we are not practicing our own A, B, C, Ds that we should know. These are the basic within our religion. Being humbleness is the basic of our religion. Having good demeanor is basic of our religion. Spreading justice, controlling our temper, talking gently to people, and so on and so forth. These are the basic ABCD. So one of the reasons Imam is not there, because still we haven't done our homework yet. So I have to know which part of this homework I'm missing. I have to focus on this. Next segment. وَحُسْنُ السِّيرَةِ. Oh Allah, bless me to have an excellent demeanor, behavior, conduct. Where do we find this? Where do we find good demeanors? Has Allah left us with a role model? Of course. Probably you have heard this verse 1,000 times. Chapter 33, verse 21. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. Why? لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. In the apostle of Allah, there is certainly for you a good exemplar. For whom? For those who look forward to Allah and the last day, or the day of judgment. So if I see I'm not following Rasulullah's footstep, I'm not following Rasulullah's akhlaq, I'm not following Rasulullah's demeanor, can I say strongly I believe in Allah and the day of judgment? I repeat the verse. لَقَدْ كَانَ لَكُمْ فِي رَسُولِ اللَّهِ أُسْوَةٌ حَسَنَةٌ. For whom? لِمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو اللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. For the person who is looking and who is seeking Allah's pleasure and getting closer to Allah and the day of judgment. If you don't have those things, Rasulullah is not a good exemplar for you. If you don't believe in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the day of judgment, you want to live your life according to what your intellect says, Rasulullah is not a good role model for you in that case. But we see, again, Rasulullah and Ahlul Bayt, they have left us bits and bits. There's a book called Makarimul Akhlaq. This is Dua Makarimul Akhlaq by Allama Tabarsi. I couldn't find it. Actually, there is an English version of it. It's a very thick book. Beautiful book. It is also in English. On Amazon you can buy it. I have it in Arabic and Farsi. Makarimul Akhlaq, a book very detailed about every single movement of Rasulullah. How he used to brush his teeth, how he used to comb his hair, how he used to sit, how he used to eat, how he used to wear clothes, how he used to look at the mirror, how he used to interact with people, how he used to get into a gathering where people sitting, how he used to enter, how he used to exit. When he would walk in the street, how he would walk. Every bits and pieces of his life, this Allama al-Tabarsi has brought it into detail of it in this book, Kitab Makarimul Akhlaq. A beautiful book. For those who can read Arabic or Farsi, it's more accessible than the one in English. And we can read, go search it. Or another book called Kitab Tuhaf al-Uqul. It's in English. The PDF is also online available. Download it. The hadith of Ahl Bayt about how to behave. So I have to learn their role model so I can apply it. If I don't know of it, how can I apply it? One problem that I have, it's not a problem, one suggestion that I have, we see some speakers, they only think about and discuss the virtues of Ali ibn Abi Talib, which we need it. It's a must. We have to be always reminded. But if I only dedicate 1 hour of lecture about how Ali ibn Abi Talib opened the door of Khaybar, how Ali ibn Abi Talib fought with Amr ibn Abdud, how he did. We need it. Our kids should know of it. Should get into our blood. But rather than that, whole 1 hour lecture about something that I cannot do. Okay, let's go find the door of Khaybar for us to open it. Then let's half talk about virtues and then put half of it about the akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt, something that we can practice. Stories of Ahlul Bayt that are in thousands about how they lived their life. Even if your wife becomes like the wife of Rasulullah, that she's been cursed in Quran, and she's going to be in the lowest level of hellfire, how did Rasulullah treat his 2 wives that they caused his death? and they poisoned him. How did he do it? No matter where your wife gets low, she cannot be lower than them too. It doesn't deserve the way that I'm treating her. It shouldn't be like that. If I may have you guys say loud salawat, then please move forward. Let's have another loud salawat. So that becomes an action plan. At least once a week. I know we are really, really busy. We have much, much more important things than studying about the life of Ahlul Bayt, our business, our education, our family, our entertainment, our free times, our this, that, which are all important. At least once a week, we dedicate 1 hour, 2 hours a week. We go and we research, we ask. Here are the stories of the life of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam that is relatable to akhlaq and can be practiced. One story a week, and we see, I as a father, how can I apply it? I as a wife, how can I apply it? We as a parent, how can we apply it? Us, how can we educate our kids about the akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam? One akhlaq, one characteristic, one morality a week. At the end of the year, we have 52 stories, 52 akhlaqiyat, 52 moralities of the life of Ahlul Bayt, which have enhanced our life. Whose responsibility is it? If our kids don't have the akhlaq and the aqaid of Ahlul Bayt, who's responsible? Parents. Who are responsible? Parents. 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 That our kids have not learned about akhlaq of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. They haven't seen it in their father. They haven't seen it in their mother. They haven't seen it in a community member. And they have heard also, as soon as the father and the mother, they're talking, we think we're talking and they're not hearing. They are hearing every word that we're talking. Every word. And they hear us that I'm sitting, Assalamu alaikum, mother, how are you? You know what happened today with this community member? Yeah, this thing happened. And we start gossiping and gossiping and gossiping. I don't know, we have to do something about this. This cannot go like this. We have to put him down. This guy recorded it. 2 years old, 3 years old, recorded everything. When he grows up, how he's going to be? Let's go back. Well, Allah bless me to have good demeanor. Husnul seerah. Seerah means demeanor, conduct, behavior. After Imam brought every body part and he talked about it, right now he's generalizing it about akhlaq, about nature, about conduct and behavior. Let's look at beautiful hadith by Imam Ali alayhi salam. Imam states, Husnu sirati unwan husn sarirah. Good behavior is the result and the proof of good intention and pure heart. Good behavior is the result and proof that that individual has good heart, pure heart, and good intention. So let me think to myself, do I have good intention toward people or not? Do I have pure heart when I'm talking and advising my family, myself, my kids, my community member? Is it based on pure heart, or no, I want to show some kind of superiority that I know and you don't know? That is not pure heart. That is not good intention. And I remember last year, second night or third night, we talked in detail for 1 or 2 nights about intention. You can go back to the YouTube and you can find it, the importance of intention. But we bring 1 or 2 hadith about that. Before that, about the importance of inside, internal, then external change. And if you remember the first night this year, we said for every external change in behavior that we want to do, all of these that we want to apply into our life, first we have to start with our internal purification, internal revolution, and internal cleansing. That internal cleansing and purification will result in external behavior. That I can control my temper. When my parents ask me something, I will lower my wing and I respect it. But if I have not pured inside, if I have not cleansed it, I'm trying outside to do, but the purity inside is not there. It's very, very dirty. I have to pure it. And these two go together. We call them belief and amalun salih, good deeds. In Quran, more than 60 times, these two words have come together. الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. More than 60 times, we see all of these two words are together. One chapter that we read, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَالْعَصْرِ أَنَّ الْإِنسَانَ لَفِي خُسْرٍ. That by the time man is at loss, definitely, indeed, surely he's at loss. Except إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ. We need hours and hours and months and days to talk about Iman. We talked about it last year also, I remembered. We're talking right now about Amalun Salih. All of the actions that Imam is giving us, all of the action that Imam is teaching us to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is about Amalun Salih. But before that, intention is very important to keep in mind. A beautiful hadith by Imam Sadiq alayhi salam. A person comes to the Imam and he says to the Imam, إِنِّي سَمِعْتُكَ تَقُولْ نِيَّةُ الْمُؤْمِنِ خَيْرٌ مِنْ عَمَلِهِ. A person comes to the Imam and he says, Imam, I heard you say that the intention of a human being, intention of men, not necessarily men, no, human being, man or woman, it's better than their deeds. فَكَيْفَ تَكُونُ النِّيَّةُ خَيْرٌ مِنَ الْعَمَلِ. How can it be that the intention is better than amal? Imam replies, لأن العمل ربما كان رياء للمخلوقين. There's a possibility when you're acting, when you're having that action, it will be riya, it will be show off to people. Alhamdulillah, people are seeing me. Somebody say, thank you so much. Oh, Alhamdulillah. What a beautiful lecture, Sheikh, you give. Oh, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I can give this kind of lecture. So the action becomes, there is a possibility for it to have riya inject into it. But the intention is between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How can a person to know of it and have riya in it? ربما كان الرياء للمخلوقين والنية خالصة لرب العالمين. Intention is pure for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فيعطي تعالى على النية ما لا يعطي على العمل. Allah gives the amount of reward that He gives based on intention. It's not at all compared to what He gives based on action. So isn't it easy to get into heaven? Of course it is. It's about intention. For me to intend tonight, to make intention, it needs determination. Oh Allah, bless me. That I said to myself, oh Allah, bless me. I have the intention that whatever I'm here standing and preaching, make sure Allah give me the blessing to apply it myself first. And also for the people to be able to apply it, and for me to get the thawab. So that's me, the intention. So when we talk about gentle speaking, that needs intention. That I'm making intention that inshallah from tonight I will speak gently. Controlling temper, spreading justice, lowering wing, and all of the things that we have talked. First needs the intention. قال Abu Abdullah, and then Imam continues, إن العبد لا ينوي من نهاره. What a beautiful faith we have. What a beautiful teachings we have. Imam says, إن العبد لا ينوي من نهاره أن يصلي بالليل. We make intention during the day that inshallah we can wake up in the middle of the night and do Salatul Layl and raise one hand and say Ilahi al-Af, Ilahi al-Af, Ilahi al-Af. We make the intention. فَتَغْلِبُهُ عَيْنُهُ فَيَنَامُ. Unfortunately, he goes to sleep and his willpower doesn't kick in for him to wake up. He oversleeps. He doesn't wake up. فَيَنَامُ فَيُثْبِتُ اللَّهُ لَهُ صَلَاتَهُ. Allah gives him the reward even he didn't pray because he made the intention. فيثبت الله له صلاته ويكتب نفسه تسبيحا. And he writes for him how many breathing we do? How many inhale and exhale? Imam said, for every inhale and exhale, Allah will write you tasbih. Why? Because you made the intention during the day to pray Salatul Layl, but you couldn't wake up and you slept. Allah gives you the thawab of that salah, and for every inhale and exhale, He gives you the tasbih. وَيَجْعَلْ نَوْمَهُ عَلَيْهِ صَدَقَةً. And 8 hours, 6 hours of time that you're sleeping, Allah considers this for you as a sadaqah. Intention. آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات. Allah knows our intention. That okay, I'm just going to make intention. Forget about, I should wake up, for example, at least half an hour before Salat al-Subh. I don't put the clock at, for example, I have to wake up 3:30. I wake up 4 o'clock. Allah is going to give me the reward. Allah knows the intention. That I tried my best to wake up. I did whatever it took for me to wake up, but I couldn't wake up. Allah gives us all of this reward. So it goes back. Intention. Action plan. Number 1, anybody remembers the right action plan? So we can give him one good reward. We gave one action plan earlier. Anybody remembers it? Really, that fast? Once a week, we read stories of the life of Ahlul Bayt that is practical to our life. Stories about the morality of Ahlul Bayt. And we apply that one story 1 week, and then we continue. So by the end of the year, we have how many stories and how many moralities added to our moralities? 52. That's the first action plan. Second, every night that we come here, or we are outside, or we go somewhere else, and we hear a good lecture, at least let us make the intention that I want to be that person. That's the first step. Let us take the first step, and do the dua, and put effort. Allah will give it to us. Why Allah shouldn't give it to us? Why? Allah says, "Ad'uni astajib lakum." So I make the intention, and I do dua, and I put the first step toward that action. Allah says, take the first step toward me, and I'll take 10 steps towards you. But some of us, we already forgot the first action plan. But let's make intention that inshallah, we will not forget, and we will try our best to have good intention and put it into amalun salih. Let's have a loud salawat. اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج. اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. صلوات.